Hello there. That was a really bad Obi-Wan impression, I'm sorry, but I'm Boona. So it's nice to meet you with a really bad Obi-Wan impression, if you haven't seen my channel before. What am I saying? This is the third and final Storytime video, unless you want more of them, let me know. And this time we're talking about warfare. Yeah, I did some stuff for this on the blink of an eye. And one of the tracks I'm talking about today is going to be revealed on my social media. Links in the description, stay tuned. And don't forget that my 2 singles are already out, which are Starlight Promenade and Destroyer. And Destroyer is kind of the reason that I wanted to bring this up, because Destroyer comes from the type of ship, which is a destroyer, which is obviously a warfare thing. So I thought that would be a nice segue, except I'm kind of screwed out, but never mind. We're going to carry on anyway. So Destroyer actually runs into the track that's going to be revealed this week, in the sense that the whole idea is that it's this ship. This is not really a dream I had this time, this is just a story that came up in my head. Kind of daydreaming, I guess, maybe? And I was on this ship. I knew full well it had like nuclear weapons on it or something. And we were going into this war zone. It felt wrong, it was like really, really cold waters. It was like Arctic waters, Arctic Circle or something. And I suddenly had this sort of, are there U-boats in the water? I thought, well, those are from like World War II, who the heck would still use a U-boat? But I was right. There were U-boats in the water. Somehow I saw them through like some bit of marine equipment. I don't know if that is actually a thing that exists, but I saw it. And I went to like tell my commanding officer, and they were like, you're being an idiot, you know, they're from World War II, no one still uses them. Which I think would be a fair enough response, frankly. But I was right, and they sunk this destroyer. And, you know, there were no lifeboats, or the lifeboats didn't work, we couldn't get to them or something. And it was just this inevitable plunge into like the Arctic Sea or something. And the thing I remember most is just how cold it was. Because it was just so cold. And that's the idea, it's just this ship sinking into this water, and it was just so cold. And there's actually a bit of this track that's going to be on my blog, which is about some of the sound design for the part 3 of the song. Because that's just really unique, so make sure you check that out if you're interested in the more technical aspects of Sonic Pi. The other song I want to talk about, can I actually say the name of this one? No, I can't. And the idea for that one is a little bit different, and this is one I've had in my head for a while, of a ground soldier in a war zone. I feel like this is kind of more World War II. Gets shot, but it's not like an instant kill, and it sort of like falls to the ground, like in the middle of no man's land, like in this sort of indent in the earth, except he doesn't realise no one can see him, and you know, he can't cry out for help because, you know, he's been shot in the head, his brain ain't broken, right? He can't cry out for help, and he's just like, why is no one helping me? Like, I'm in this ditch in no man's land, I'm just lying here like bleeding to death and no one's helping me. And it's just about, you know, the sounds he's hearing and what he's seeing as, you know, it goes from, you know, from when he's just fallen to this sort of descent into delusion as he slowly and painfully dies. Because for some reason it just interests me how sensations and delusions can turn to sound. That's the last of these kinds of videos, unless you want me to make some more, in which case I will do gladly. So let me know in the comments if you want more of this, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget that my singles are out, and Ocean's Dream is coming out in 1 month's time-ish. Outros. They're a thing I don't really do.